In a nutshell, does that suggest that the actual cleanup is yet to commence?
The actual cleanup, what you call actual cleanup, is a process. It's not an activity that is isolated. So if you're talking about actual cleanup without considering the foundations, those building stones, those planning, the desktop work that you need to do before you go there, then you're not actually talking professionally. Cleanup starts with a process, and that process has started, which is going to the sites, evaluating the state of this site, and then designing proper plans that will be used for the execution. The cleanup, what you call the cleanup, is the last of it.
You are talking of still spending time on the impact assessment, but one would presume that the impact assessment was one of the ground the basis for the UNEP report.
Correct. Now let me tell you again. Technically, these are their assessments, and the assessment are of different types. Okay, so there is the initial assessment you do first to find out, is there a contamination? Now, if the answer to that is yes, that's like a tier 1 assessment. You want to go further. How deep? What is the quantum of contamination in this environment? Then free, if you know what is in there, you now design a method for removing that. So what UNEP did was answer the first question: is this place contaminated? Now, how much contamination is in the environment is something we now need to do.
In essence, are you suggesting the UNEP report is not a comprehensive draft document for the Ogoni cleanup?
What UNEP did was a $10 million assessment project for Ogoni land, which is different from the implementation that is estimated to take about that. Not sufficient, 1 billion not sufficient, because the work that needs to be done is far more than 1 billion. And that is the phase we are talking about now. Now, that phase is a more detailed activity, a more technical activity than the first one that was done. And this is one that requires all the planning that we are putting in place right now. So the government commitment to doing this is unwavering, and we have to tell it as it is. In the first 100 days as project coordinator, if you come across, if you go to the 4 LGs, you will see demonstration sites being opened. They are existing as I'm speaking to you. If you go there, you will, all the communities we've spoken to, in Gokana, we've been to Bodo, where the flag was done. We've been to Kedere, we've been to Po. In Eleme, we've been to Ogale. Ogale is on the report, one of the communities where they say their drinking water source is contaminated several times above the WHO standard. We've been to Ebubu, also in Eleme. We've been to Tai at Korokoro and Weke. We have an existing demonstration site in Kana. Now, what are we doing next? If you read the report, there is a side that says emergency measures. These are things that need to be done very quickly.
Going by the UNEP report now, this is a draft work document that is expected to take a period of 5 years. And you spending over 100 days in office now, considering the fact that the project was flagged up last year, that it's expected for you to have completed 20% of the cleanup plan.
The report didn't say 5-year plan, okay? It's something that is continuous and could continue several years. If you actually, some parts says 25 years and all of that. But in actual activity, we have commenced that process, and this is exactly what I've been explaining to you. You don't start a process without communicating with the stakeholders. You don't start a project without the people, the beneficiary of those projects, knowing what you want to do. You don't start a project without involving them and getting their input. And of course, you don't start it without planning, without doing the feasibilities, without doing the desk work that is required. So if the reason...
How long is the planning going to take? How long is it taking?
How long?
Is the planning, the assessment? You've spent 100 days in office.
So
this situation is a desperate situation that cries out for intervention.
It's a technical thing, and I'm going to help you a little bit.
It's a technical thing. Now, if you're resting on the crest that this project is a high-definition technical project. Now, and considering the fact that the sizable population of the Ogoni cleanup might not just be as educated as you and I. So how do you communicate this project to the people?
You are going back to the first fundamental for doing the question, which is sensitization. And you couldn't miss that. You are just making the point that the local man doesn't understand the technicality of the project. So it's our duty to engage them and let them understand, sorry, this project is not one that you start today and put bulldozers on the field tomorrow. It's not. And that's exactly what we've been doing. UNEP believes that the planning phases of this will take like 18 months to get it done because there are things that need to be in place. For example, one, the Integrated Contaminated Soil Management Center, which we are in the process of designing and building, they have to be in place before the project commences, certain aspects. So the part where sensitization counts is to debunk that thinking which makes you ask this question, when, and how soon. Because when, and how soon cannot be now. The reason we have the project, the reason we have this mess is because as a people, as a country, we have missed the point and on the way, the procedure for adequately and professionally doing remediation.
Would it suffice to say that there isn't a comprehensive strategy for the Ogoni cleanup plan?
Well, if we are communicating here, you will understand that the Ogoni project is one that is going to redefine the way we do remediation in Nigeria. It's the template that we intend to roll across the region, and so we can't get it wrong, and we cannot be in a hurry to get it wrong. Now, what questions like you're asking does is that it puts you, if you don't know what you should be doing, in a situation where you want to rush. But that's not the way to go. The way to go is to engage and let people understand that, sorry, it's a technical project that requires time, that requires specialist expertise, and that we need to plan. And so please, don't expect quick results because the procedure needs to be followed through.
Now, you've complained in the media about the proliferation of illegal refineries now. And for us to have a meaningful Ogoni cleanup, how do you intend to stop illegal renting of crude?
Right. Illegal refining, it's something that poses a serious threat to the project because such activities such that after you do the cleanup, if people continue with such acts, it could further repollute the environment. So that's how it poses a threat. But not only that, the main point is that the people who engage in these activities put their lives at risk. So there's a adverse effect of health involved on those who are involved.
So how can it be stopped?
Two, there is one that has to do with the environment.
You may also join in this conversation by sending us your comment on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, setting the record straight on the Ogoni cleanup project.